board gamers? BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back here at the Southern Board Game Fest. I've got Jesse from iHeart Board Games,
right.
And we're going to be interviewing our good buddy Burky. What's up, Burky?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Burky is no stranger to the convention scene, and one of the things that I've loved about the big conventions, Burky, is that you've been a friend of conventions with these beautiful, or as you say, luxurious Game Toppers LLC. Thank you for supplying one for us.
Absolutely, I'm sure happy to help. That's one of the, it's all about upgrading our gaming experiences, right? Seeing what we can do to make this hobby that much better. And I think a Game Topper just provides that ultimate gaming accessory that just takes it up another notch.
Right. Burky, so why the idea for a Game Topper rather than a big table? I love playing on this. Where was the inspiration?
Yeah, that's a great thought. I was thinking about the other day because when I came up with this idea, I had a dedicated table that I designed, that my father built me, that was just beautiful. Loved playing on it. And that's kind of the holy grail in the gaming hobby, right? We get this great table. It's like our fishing boat, it's for this hobby. And loved the table. I thought, well, how do I make this portable? Because my daughters live a couple hours away from me, and I wanted to enjoy that experience. So I made a prototype. Frankly, it just really sucked. It was horrible. It was huge and heavy. The thing didn't have any functionality other than it was a nice playing surface. I ended up developing 5 different prototypes. And then all of a sudden it was dialed into a point where I thought, this is pretty cool. But I had made it out of solid oak. I'm a craftsman, and so it took me a while to develop it. And I thought, well, how do I make this manufacturable? Because the problem is, the cost of a gaming table is not in the legs. It's in the craftsmanship of the top. And if I would have produced a wooden type of business model, I would have had the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 type of product as well. They're wonderful, but I wanted this to be portable. I wanted it to be heirloom quality and provide that gaming upgrade. Long and short of that, I had a manufacturer in our hometown that I used to work with when I owned my computer business that I brought the idea, and he said, man, Burky, we never get prototypes like this. We usually get napkin drawings, that. He says, I think what you need to go is to military-grade aluminum, a high-quality temper that we can maintain tolerances, make it manufacturable, but still give it, the quality that you're looking for. And so we made 2 models, one that's the standard aluminum with the powder coat black, and then the one you're using is a luxuriant model that has wood, that's actually red oak inlay. And that was the impetus for the whole thing.
Yeah, they're beautiful, but the other thing I like, Jesse, about these things, I don't know if you saw me set it up, I'm one person and I was able to set up this big table. Burky, you got some really, some ingenuity going on in the way that this thing comes together and is able to take apart. Where did that come from?
Well, I surrounded myself with smarter people than myself.
Yes. So you can't see it, Jesse, but the pieces just interlock, sort of like tongue and groove, the way we've seen in carpentry, right? Yeah.
Correct. And we created a connector cleat that you're referring to there, that you literally put this topper, you put one half down, you put the other half where you mate to it, you connect the little connector cleat, it's locked in place. And one of the benefits of a Game Topper, and while they perform so well, is we have these cross supports underneath each half, keeps the tabletop stable, but there's a rubberized material under those cross supports and the rails that protects your fine furniture. But then it also creates this large friction footprint, because you're probably playing on what, just a lifetime 30-inch table there?
Yeah, it's regular little plastic tables that we play here at any convention. But it doesn't feel like it.
No, exactly. You'd think it's a real table, right?
Right. A lot of the Gen Con tables I thought were real tables until I kind of took a look and said, oh, that's one of Burky's.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing that I like about this thing, Jesse, did you notice that you can kind of customize and upgrade your table? What are all the things that people can do for these tables, Burky?
Yep. We're getting some chat asking some questions about it. That is at twitch.tv/hardboardgames. And they were asking about the modulation, all the things you can do with it, like cup holders, trays, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's really what we were trying to do, is create a system basically that upgrades your gaming, not just a tabletop. And so a game topper, what that does is we provide thematic experiences with our high quality 3mm premium stitch mats. Like you're noticing there, the mat, how easy it is for you to pick up your cards, the way dice roll, it lays flat and tucks in really nicely. Some of the finest mats that I've ever played on, and I own a potload of them, and we hired some really high-end board game artists that are notables, like Andreas Zipperatis from Greece, who did Android Netrunner, and he also did Mage Wars. Brett Chumley, a fantastic artist as well, who did D&D 3rd Edition and Doomtown Reloaded, did our Texas Hold'em and Wood Grain and War Terrain mats. We have the Adventure mat that looks like Middle Earth. That's our #1 seller. You wait till this next, we'll have to talk about this later, but the next Kickstarter, we've got a bunch more amazing thematic mats, and we do them in a way that's very thoughtful. The art assets are around the edge of the mat so that you don't lose your game in the actual mat. So that's one of the accessories. One of the other things we're doing is we have dice towers that hook on the rail. We have component trays, cup holders, and now we're going to an actual collapsible cup holder that can double as a component tray. So we're stepping it up even several more notches with all of those accessories. And then a whole new line of storage solutions for your mats. We have a storage bag for your topper. Just some crazy, awesome stuff. When people see it, they're just going to be blown away. Our existing backers, they can't wait for the new Kickstarter.
BJ from Board Game Gumbo here. I've got Jesse from iHeart Board Games. We're talking to Burky from Game Toppers LLC. Hey, Jesse, Graybeard 1970 says, what's the weight? Burky, can you help him out? What's the weight of these Game Toppers LLC? This stuff is high quality, man.
Yeah, good question. It's, we have 5 models. We'll actually have 6 models coming up, and they vary, but most of our double sizes, like the Watson, is about 70 pounds. You're playing on the Holmes model, and that one is 75 pounds. That's about 37.5 pounds each half. So it's substantial, and yet it's not unwieldy.
All right, so Jesse, he talked about the Kickstarter earlier. Yeah. Burky, you and I were talking off screen a while back. The Kickstarter was, it blew up. You did. It probably even exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, you have hopes and you have dreams, and I have a business background, so I put together all the scenarios and business planning, and I knew what it would take for this to be a thing. I knew that if we hit around 200 grand, I'd probably be able to, I would be able to fulfill it, and I'd honor my word to all of that. But I went to before I went to Kickstarter, I actually produced 60 Game Toppers on my own nickel first. Oh, wow. I scraped up every last savings I had, borrowed a little bit from a family member, and we built toppers to make sure they would do what I'd say. I needed to know that before I went to Kickstarter. I didn't want to take that gamble on other people's money, so I made that personal commitment, and then I sold those toppers to a ton of publishers for Gen Con in 2017. And in 2016, excuse me, and the community just overwhelmingly, they just loved it. And so when I went to Kickstarter, I knew I had something special. I thought the modularity, one thing I didn't mention about, you can convert any of our Game Toppers into a mini topper just by adding an accessory rail on the end. Oh, like when we're talking about the success of the Kickstarter, people love that idea because they wanted to have the big table for the bigger footprint games, and yet they wanted that portability. And so my wife and I just celebrated our 33rd anniversary, and we took half of our Watson, which is the Hudson, a 30 by 38, and that was our gaming table for that. So the Kickstarter, people just loved it, and the community embraced. They knew me a little bit from media and different things, so there was a level of trust, but they didn't know me as a manufacturer or as a business person. And so that amount of interaction that I had with my backers, I answered over 5,000 individual emails and Kickstarter comments. I told my wife, I said, look, honey, I don't know what this is going to look like. I've studied from the best, Jamie Stegmaier and Board Game Exposure and others, and I've backed a lot of projects and seen people do things that I didn't agree with and others that I did, and I learned, I studied, and so I was prepared from that standpoint, but not experientially. So I said, I don't know what this is going to look like, but honey, the one thing I do know, I'm going to answer every person because they matter to me. I care about delivering what I say. And that meant 6 a.m. in the morning till about 10 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. But it was awesome. And now my backers, we're friends, we're family. It's a crazy, awesome community.
BJ from Board Game Gumbo here. I've got Jesse from iHeart Board Games, and we're talking to Burky from Game Toppers LLC. Jesse, you've been broadcasting live all day here on twitch.tv/heartboardgames, right?
Right.
And it's at the Southern Board Game Fest here in Acadia. Burky, we really wish you were here for the Southern Board Game Fest, but what I wanted to ask you, I think there's a rumor that you've got another Kickstarter coming out because the demand is out there. Is that right?
Oh.
That's exactly right. We've modified our launch date. We're going to launch right after Origins game convention this year. We've been building up for this for over a year, and what happened last year was so fantastic that the Kickstarter did well, but something happened that was really a bit unheard of in Kickstarter backing. Our late pledges, we've done over 150% more than the Kickstarter on late pledges, where typically it's 10 to 15, 20% if you really have something people that missed out on. So the buzz, the product availability and our fulfillment, all of those things tied into people saying, hey, I want one of these. Well, we took that concept to the state of Minnesota, which has a trade initiative. And we didn't offer European distribution because I didn't have that model in place, and I needed to know that I could do it well before I took that jump. I had people clamoring for it in Europe. So we worked with the state of Minnesota on a trade initiative to go to Essen, Germany for the Spiel Fair. In that time, we vetted several companies and have narrowed down to 2 companies now that are super high quality that can handle our large packaging efficiently, so that now we can actually offer European distribution into 14 countries, into Europe, United Kingdom, and we've also negotiated deals now to offer to Australia and New Zealand, as well as our increasing presence in Canada.
So we're going to see Game Toppers all over the world.
Everywhere. It's going to...
You need Jesse to deliver them?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Deliver them by boat down here.
Right. We got the pirogues. We can deliver them by pirogue for you. So what's going to be exciting? I know that's fantastic, getting them out all over the world. Are there any changes in this Kickstarter? Any new products? Maybe some mats you want to tell us about?
Well, I wish I could screen share some things here with you, but we have 5 new mats that are coming out, and our mats have been hugely profitable. People are wonderful. I mean, people love the mats. I'm going to see if you can see this here. This is a new Viking themed mat.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, we can see it, Burky.
This is a bad visual, so sorry, but
Bring it back just a tad. Yeah. So focus for a second.
This is done by the artist who does. What did you say?
Focus for a second, but yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, we could see the longboats and the harbor there.
That's what I was looking. Yeah, there, perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's the perfect space.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh my God, is that the Astrodome over there in the right corner?
Yeah, the Astrodome.
Yeah, we're actually going to have a castle there that is the Vikings are raiding, and so it creates some really fun little art interest, but basically the center of the mat is generic, so any Viking themed game you can do. And one of the things that's
Midgard from our friends Alex Goldsmith.
Yeah,
right?
Great Fox Games.
And I was just going to say, Shane Myerscough and Alex, of course, are very close friends of mine. And I said, your artist who's doing Reavers of Midgard.
Oh, that's
I was blown away, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you can pronounce his name, you're better than me. That's a tough one.
All I know is his first name is Yaroslav.
There it is.
Well, you talk about some beautiful art, huh, Burky?
Yeah.
But Yaroslav and I have been working on this mat We also have some couple other ones. You've probably heard of a fantastic publisher by the name of Ryan Lockett.
Red Raven Games.
Wait a minute, you got to spill the beans on this one.
Oh yeah, baby! You wait till you see the Ryan Lockett inspired mat.
Oh, wow.
His fans are going to go nuts, and it's going to create this cool environment, and it's going to have his art style, and it's awesome.
Wait, so this is a Ryan Lockett designed mat inspired
Exactly.
by his games?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Ryan has a game topper for his show kits, and he really likes the product. And him and I just began talking. Yeah, you'd like to see it, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
my punch finger is twitching right now, Burky.
We're going to do a couple other really fantastic things too. And one of the companies that we've had the pleasure to work with and partner with is a company called Dogmite Games. And Dogmite Gaming Gear, they have these beautiful Valhalla custom sculpted wood screens, dice trays, dice sheaths, beautiful components. They helped us with our poker trays, actually. And we've developed a relationship, and they've been one of my premier vendors. We've been in discussions about creating a custom sculpted, luxuriant wood topper. So you could imagine your topper right there
Yep.
with a custom Viking themed sculpt in it and a custom fantasy themed sculpt.
Yeah.
Just kicking it up another notch. Our new accessory trays, we're making miniature boards for miniature gamers. Things that are, I'm a gamer, and all of this comes from the passion of how do we make this gaming experience better? How do we store our bits? How do we transport this? How do we enjoy the playing that much more? It's even your card slots, little things, attention to detail things. There's a card slot in front of your rail there that you can put cards, but I made it thick enough so you can put tiles in there.
Oh, really? I
that?
didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Can you add a button where we press a button and Burky Jerky just pops into our mouth? Would that work?
My jerky making days have been severely limited at the conventions. I was known for bringing a lot of jerky, and now my time has not been made cooking as much.
That's a no. He's not going to put a button in for
That's
our
a
jerky.
Kickstarter exclusive
Oh,
right there.
okay. A stretch goal.
Stretch goals. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm so full. My heart is so full. There's been so many people that have just. People thank me profusely for making this because it gave them an opportunity to get a gaming table that they may not have been able to get before. And our prices are starting at $399, and our most expensive one is $799. So we made it accessible, but I didn't skip quality.
Yep, and affordable. Hey, the chat crew is going crazy over the idea of all this artwork and the inlays and all that. So I can't wait to see what's coming out on the Kickstarter. You have some timeline on the Kickstarter?
Yeah, we're looking at starting it right after Origins Game Fair, about June 25th. Run about 30 days. We will be hitting all the major conventions. You're going to see us, at Gen Con, at Origins. You'll see us at Essen. You'll see us at a BGG Con and PAX Unplugged.
Jesse, Burky's one of the good guys in the business. He even allowed my son to beat him in Baseball Highlights 2045 at the Dice Tower Con 2017 tournament. I've always wanted to thank you, Burky, because I know you probably could have beat him anyway.
No, that was such a special experience. Seeing your son, that young man is very bright, and the tension in that game was wonderful and went right down to the line. And to see the look on his face that he had beaten me, and I had just won the championship last year at BGG Con, and so
No, he's a
experience was just priceless.
Burky is a really good Baseball Highlights 2045. This was for the right to go to the championship, and I think Burky thought he was going to take it in, and he and Jack went all the way down. There was the seventh game, right? Seventh game of the World Series.
I think it was. Yeah, it was very close, and it was. He played brilliantly too. He really did a great job. Sharp kid.
Thank you, Burky. And look, again, thank you for supporting the New Hope Foundation, our efforts here at the Southern Board Game Fest to provide fundraising for their efforts to bring mentoring to the north side of the town for some disadvantaged youth. I know that you like to help out charities, and this was an awesome thing. People have been coming by all day to watch the iHeart Board Game crew teach Captains of the Gulf, Jason Dinger.
Yeah.
They did that earlier this morning, and we're going to be playing games on it all day, and we're showing off this as much as we can. Thank you, Burky. You're one of the good guys, man.
Yeah.
I'm really thrilled to help.
All right, good luck. This is BJ from Board Game Gumbo. We've been talking with Burky. I've got Jesse here. He's got a Kickstarter starting live on my birthday, June 25th.
Your birthday?
Oh, yeah, my birthday. So I know what I'm getting for my birthday, I think, this year. So, yeah, good luck with the Kickstarter. And, Burky, hopefully we'll be able to hang out with you either at Dice Tower Con or at Gen Con, or where are you guys going that you might see Burky?
Say that one more time.
Where are you guys going?
The chat came in and said, "Thank you for Jesse for giving away one of these to a lucky Twitch viewer."
Oh, wow. How about that? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. This one's coming home for the Gumbo. But, yeah, so hopefully we'll see you at either Dice Tower Con or at Gen Con. And where might you see Burky?
Oh, Burky, I might see you at Dice Tower Con. If you're at Dice Tower Con, we're talking about going to CMON Expo.
Oh, CMON Expo. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you do the CMON Expo?
It's a possibility. It's we're trying to go to the UK Games Expo because we've changed up our launch date just a little bit. So I actually might not be able to make Dice Tower Con this year because I want to continue that attention to detail and attentiveness to my backers. And I don't want, when I'm at a convention, you just can't keep it all straight.
Well, I know I will see you at Gen Con, so we will come shake your hand then and tell you again thank you. But Burky, thank you for coming in on the show. And again, thank you for supporting New Hope Foundation and the Southern Board Game Fest.
Yes, thanks, Burky.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to do that. And feel free to check out any of our products at GameToppersLLC.com. We only have about 30 units left right now, but if you want to get in on one now, you can still get in on one.
And they can also catch you on social media?
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook at Game Toppers LLC, Twitter. We even set up a Game Topper Facebook group called Game Topper Nation, where people just gush about and have fun with all the things they're doing with their Game Topper.
Well, that's great. We'll see you later. Just had to sign off.
Yep. No real sign up for that because this is our first time doing a Skype interview, so you are the first.
Wow.
On iHeart Board Games.
Thank you, Burky. We'll talk to you later.